Pat is literally experiencing constant failure the entire time.
What's up, guys? As promised, here is part 2 of the full workout with Connor Murphy, the future workout on the Adaptive Resistance Trainer, or ARX. If you haven't seen part 1 and you want to check it out, I'll put the link in the description. Or if you didn't see the very first time we ever used the ARX, I'll put that link in the description also. Since we're here, you should subscribe to my channel because I put out awesome videos every week and you don't want to miss them. Also, be sure to join the notification squad. Get the notifications every time I put out a new video. The crazy thing is that half an hour on this machine is equivalent to like an hour or an hour and a half in the gym. That's how efficient this thing is.
You ready to go, bro?
Yeah, man.
Let's do this thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. Drive. Good. Big chest squeeze. Bring those handles together and resist. Gotta give you a little half second to bury in there for that max contraction. Yeah. Go right back again. Good. Right into it. This is the concentric, ladies and gents. He's squeezing forward, get a little max contraction here. Now he's going to resist as much as he can. Good, keeping that core tight, all up in the chest. Again, big push.
That fatigue sets in.
All the way that fatigue gets it. Now, hike it up right here. Come on, get it. You got enough juice. All the way down. Relax. 3, 2, 1, and resist. There you go. Yeah, he's dialed in now.
You know, like that feeling when you're in the gym and you're on the last, say, 1 or 2 reps of a set and your arms are like shaking to get up? That's the feeling you experience on this machine constantly through every rep of every set. That's why sometimes you'll see our arms shaking when we're going through the movements, because we're literally failing constantly.
Get out. That's the idea. Every inch, every portion of the range. Good. Drive those shoulder blades down, chest tall. You got to keep the elbows forward. He feels his lats. And resist. Good. Make it climb.
Starting to fatigue.
Yeah, no, but these numbers are way up. Maintain for this one and then one more rep.
Max went up. I felt
Max went way up. Way up. So we're talking 315 versus 279.
Part of what makes this machine so cool is that it is adaptive. That's why it's called the Adaptive Resistance Trainer. Let's say you're doing 5 reps in a set. The first 3 are going to be fairly easy. Like, you could do more. But you don't want to do more because you want to reach failure by that 4th or 5th rep. What this machine does is it takes out all of that guesswork. There's no specific weight you're overcoming. Instead, you're literally maximizing your force output the entire time. So let's say in a bench press scenario, you're benching like 80 pounds in each hand and you can do 5 reps. If we were to put that over an equivalent to this machine, it would be like you start out and in that first rep you can maybe do 100-pound weights. But by the time you get down, you've failed a little bit. So maybe now you can only do 90. And then maybe it goes down to 75 and then 70. And then if you keep going, it would keep going down and down and down. And by the end, you'd only be able to lift like 45 pounds. But you were maximizing it the entire time. That's what's so cool about this machine, is that you're literally outputting the maximum amount you possibly can in every given second.
4, 3, 2, 1, and up we go. Oh yeah, bow the shoulders. Raise it up.
One thing that's really cool that you'll see here with Connor is every time he starts a rep, you can just see everything in his body tense up. That's because he's really engaging his core. But it's also because this movement allows you to maximize a lateral raise more than if you were just using dumbbells. Doesn't mean dumbbells are bad, it's just different. Because with lateral raises with weights, it's like once you get to the top, you have this entire arm length to overcome something called a moment. I'm gonna get nerdy for a second because I'm an engineering major. But basically, at the top of a lateral raise where your arm is fully extended, you have a maximum moment to overcome, a maximum horizontal moment. And because of that, you can only hold that weight up there for like a second. But with this machine, because it's adapting to the weight you're able to lift, yeah, it's only gonna hold that for a second. but it's going to make it so the entire way down you can control it and get the maximum work done to the delta point. So yeah, this machine is awesome for lateral raises.
What do you think?
Oh, getting some aesthetics going in here.
Aesthetics.
Trying to get a little more shredded.
There's too much aesthetics going on here. I feel the Adonis. 3, 2, 1, and go. That's how you contract your core, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody watching this, good, and resist. There you go, good. Chest up, digging the shoulder blades down. Back again, and pull, strong legs. Stand tall with the chest, that's the hardest part. You'll feel this all the way from the base of your neck down to the top of your hips. And resist. Good, good. Sink back in. Very nice. And here we go. Forearms on fire is okay if those fatigue quicker than your back, especially first time doing this. Good, get on it. I'll turn you around a little bit sooner. Right here, hop back on. There you go. There you go. Good, good. Got a pump going. And back again. There you go, Pat.
My forearms don't want to do anything.
Yeah, kick it back in right. They're done, dude.
Oh, damn.
Get you some picks, man. You ain't ever gonna have a forearm pump like this. You know what? Pause right here. We'll take a little 5-second rest. 5, 4, 3, 2, and kick it back in. Yeah, y'all haven't even experienced like what it's like any rest at all. Look at those veins. Look at those veins.
You know, like sometimes you get to the end of the set and you're like, you know, I could have done a little bit more. Maybe I could have done 5 or 10 pounds more on 1 or 2 of those reps. That kind of feels sucky because you're like, you know, I didn't do the best that I could. But this machine literally doesn't allow for that to happen. At any given moment, you're going to press as hard as you possibly can, and the machine is going to adapt to you because of it. It's insane how cool this technology is.
4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Yup. And resist. Fight it on the way down. Here's where the magic happens.
One of the things I really like about this, and something that Connor mentioned as well, is that it basically capitalizes on effort. So if you put in more effort, you get more out of it. I could choose to just kind of go with the flow of the motor, or I could push as hard as I possibly can and get the best workout possible. Better even than what you could get in a normal weight-bearing environment.
Yup, he's got it. Back again. Come on, we got 2 more. 2 more. We got a little jump at the end there. That's all right.
3 pounds, bro.
And yep. He's exerting crazy force. Last one coming. Here we go. Up. Good. Big squeeze, and resist on the way back down. Oh yeah, it's hard to even lift the arm at this point. And with this one, the lower back pump occurs pretty quickly, so doing 5 straight through is probably like just a death wish. So let's do 2 at a time. 2 at a time with like maybe a 3 to 5 second rest. All right.
2 reps.
I'm looking out for this guy. Here we go. And resist as much as you're comfortable with. There's that good core activation. Good. Driving through the heels, taking it down the mid shin, just like a barbell would be. Here we go. Yeah, look at that straight, flat back. Driving through the heels all the way up. You ready for the turnaround? Here we go. Right back into rep number 2. If you feel comfortable, you can crank into it a little bit more. And big speed on the way up. This is where the magic happens here. Lock those lats down. Nice little 3-second rest. 2, 1, and get back on it. Now grip is super tested here, so we might wrist wrap you next time. Okay, good. And that shaky legs, that's a good sign. That's a real good sign. That means them hammies and glutes are working. This is a good deadlift, people. Good. Very good. Good, Pat. Back up again. Nice. Keep the core braced. Last lock down. Relax. Do a 5-second rest.
So, like you see in the title of the video, this is the moment where I literally deadlifted over 500 pounds. This isn't really clickbait, but you might call it clickbait just because what I really did was overcame over 500 pounds for 1/15 of a second. For 1/15 of a second, I was able to resist against the motor 516 foot-pounds of torque. So it's kind of like 1/15 of a deadlift I was able to do over 500 pounds, which is pretty dang good for my size. And again, if we're drawing the parallel to a weighted environment, it's just not possible to do a deadlift in which the weight changes throughout the movement. Like at the bottom, maybe I can only pick up, say, 380 pounds. I'm totally making up these numbers because I can't deadlift right now because of my knee. But let's say I deadlift 380 pounds. By the time I got to that last inch of the deadlift, I could easily do over 500 pounds. But I can't replicate that in a weight-bearing environment. But with this machine, once I get to that last inch, I'm going to give it all I got and I'm going to be able to lift over 500 pounds. So yeah, I did deadlift over 500 pounds.
So, what Mr. Pat is about to get into here as he raises up. So the idea behind this bicep curl specifically is that through the entire range of motion, at any given second, Pat is exerting the maximum amount of force that he can into this bar. So that's not duplicatable in a normal weight-bearing environment. So what would normally happen in a perfect fantasy world that doesn't exist is that weight would actually change and become lighter, more manageable for him as he raised his arms up, and again become heavier somehow as it comes back down. Because that's not possible with normal weights, he's got a third and a fourth one coming. We got this technology here that takes weight out of the picture and provides speed as the main parameter. So there's no load to overcome. So Pat is literally experiencing constant failure the entire time. He's able to go to his absolute maximum, one last one right here, through the entire range of motion. So right here, he's not inhibited by any sort of weight that he may be able to, I don't know, overcome very easily early on. It becomes a little bit harder later in the set. It's just 100% difficult, relaxed the entire time.
But yeah, guys, that's the end of the workout. Hope you enjoyed it and learned some new stuff about what this machine is capable of. If you have any questions about it, please be sure to comment them. If you have any ideas for future videos, either workouts or pranks or anything else, also comment those. I love hearing what ideas you guys have and what you want to see. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I post lots of updates there, more frequently even than I do on YouTube. I put out new videos here every week. I really enjoy making them, and I really appreciate your support. So join the notification squad so you can be sure to get notified every time I post. And otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Fwah!